Blockbuster. This doesn't sound good. I think you're dead. Blockbuster died because they didn't innovate, and most companies do the same. In fact, there's 5 signs that your business is going to fail unless you learn these 5 vital lessons.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!
I'm a huge proponent for entrepreneurship and helping you succeed, because you might be here, you're like, well, Kris, you've done $2 billion worth of real estate investing, and I'm here to learn that from you. I got news from you. Real estate is nothing more than a business. And I'm a huge proponent of many different kind of businesses, because some, like real estate, produce really great long-term wealth. There are other businesses that produce a lot of this stuff right now, literally loads and piles of cash, but you'll never get there unless you understand why businesses go under every single day. So I'm gonna give you the top 5 right now. You know, it's important to be able to get others' perspectives, especially mentors or someone successful in business, on your business. Get a financial game plan, have them do a review, because these are the stats that are stacking up against you. According to Zippia, 22% of business startups fail in the first year. 50% of new businesses fail within the first 5 years, and in a market of constant flux, there are several signs you can identify in a failing business and fix them before it's too late. So really, this video is about the 5 don't do's, but really it's a secret game plan for the 5 you should be doing these things, however. The first sign your business might fail is you might be assuming superiority. What do AOL, BlackBerry, and Kodak all have in common? Well, after they achieved market dominance, they adopted a mindset that they could do no wrong and opened the door to being disrupted. Make sure that in your personal business, you work just as hard to stay on top as you did to get there in the first place. Because the truth is, whatever you're doing today is going to be antiquated tomorrow unless you have this mindset of constant and never-ending improvement. So on the one hand, I'm saying you've got to be innovating more, but that's going to be balanced against my second piece of advice, which is undisciplined pursuit of more can get you in really hot water. More innovation isn't always the answer. In September 1997, Apple, a company I love and a lot of people do, had lost just over $1 billion year over year and was 90 days from being insolvent, aka bankrupt. Newly reinstated as CEO, Steve Jobs decided to cut 70% of their product line and only produce 4 products. With this new disciplined focus, they turned a $309 million profit the following year. In other words, Apple's problem, it was innovating too much and it was trying to dominate the market in too many spaces, and they had to consolidate and say, hey, these are our 4 grand prize winning products. We're only gonna produce these, we're gonna push these, and you know what? That was part of their winning strategy. Let's make this super relevant to what's happening in the world right now. November 30th, the world changed when Elon Musk with OpenAI released ChatGPT, basically one of the most advanced AIs. And while there's 15 or 20 other great companies that can perform with artificial intelligence all sorts of different tasks, that's the one that created this name. And I'm going to tell you right now that there are some people who are like, oh yeah, that's a fad, that'll be gone. Those companies are going to get left in the dust. Why? Because AI is capable of doing a lot of manual labor in seconds instead of months. It has the ability to consolidate and shorten and simplify and consolidate a number of items and tasks that people have to do in business to win. And on the other extreme, you can't turn everything towards AI because you have to live present to the reality of what's available today. It's about finding balance, but I am telling you that if you're not integrating AI into your business, then you're missing out on hiring several people for free that can actually help you get to some of the projects that you haven't been able to because you haven't had the manpower. Now you do. You know, there's a lot of people that run their business on emotion, and it's almost always a mistake. I'm not talking about passion. There's a place for passion. Passion is, you know, this energy and emotion that keeps us going and staying in the fight even when it gets really hard. But I'm talking about making critical decisions in your company. And to do that, you don't need emotion. You don't need a heated conversation. You need data. And so the third warning is ignoring new data that might be suggesting some change. A dying company will quickly toss out or ignore any new or negative data, assuming that if they continue to do whatever they've done in the past, things will get better. Responsible companies will use new data to make real changes and pivot to what the new market situation demands. And in our world more than ever, guess what? Things are changing fast. Products are iterating quicker. AI is iterating so quickly that what you really had working for you a year ago may not be what's working next year. You have to stay on top of change. And to do that, you got to be collecting data, evaluating it, and then responding to it. The fourth reason that a lot of companies get in hot water is because they put Band-Aids on really serious problems. It's like, cut my arm, it's lacerated, I'm gonna bleed out and die. Someone hurry and go grab a Band-Aid. It's probably not a great idea. Businesses struggle because of deep underlying issues. If your fixes are temporary in nature or only superficial, then the business is already as good as dead. Before you buy new equipment, software, or services, make sure your Band-Aid addresses the specific problem that you need to fix. And in most changes, it might be systemic. It might be, actually, we can't really fix it that way. We need to hire a person to be able to do that, or we need to get some technology back behind us, or we need to switch out our CRM, our client management software. At the end of the day, all we're really doing in making money in business is solving problems. If you want more of this, then you're actually looking and identifying problems, and then you're asking, how do we solve them? And the better problem solver you are, the more of this you get rewarded with. I think one of the most important parts to making sure that you aren't part of a dying business is to have outside perspective from experts of business that can weigh in and help you grow yourself. This is something, for example, I do with people at a personal level. I look at their finances, I look at their retirement, I say, wow, why don't you own real estate? Why don't you own a business, right? And if you don't have someone providing that financial game plan, someone that can say, hey, you're here, you're trying to get over here, here's the steps of how you get there, then we're left to our own devices. And the problem with being a lone wolf is that all we have to work with is everything that we know. And everything we know is what's gotten us here, and it keeps us in a catch-22 loop. But to break that loop, you have to access someone on the outside that has 10 times or 100 times your experience level that can give you that outsider perspective. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna share with you the fifth and final warning to keep yourself from having a business that goes downhill. But at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to get a fresh set of eyes on your financial business or your personal finances, and to get a game plan so that you don't find yourself out in the cold dying, but maybe not knowing it. And the fifth and final warning that I have for you today to make sure that you're not part of a dying business is to understand that as money tightens, good people leave, and that can really decimate your business. Employees are the lifeblood of your business. Once your key leaders or top performers leave, your business is not likely to recover quickly. Pay your employees what they're worth and offer raises before they jump ship or try to take a new job. If they don't make the company money, they shouldn't be hired in the first place. In other words, understand that as cool as technology is, a business is really a collection of people that work together as a team to achieve an outcome. And that team needs to be taken care of. And I'll tell you right now, I am not the best steward of my team, which is why when I hired my first CEO, that person came and I said, I need you to be my buffer, and I need you to take care of these people. Go to lunch with them, spend time with them, get to know their hearts, their desires, their dreams, their wishes, their hopes, and then help find a way to make it come true. And my first CEO did a wonderful job of that. Now he helps run the CEOs of many of my companies, teaching them how to do the exact same thing. So ask yourself, if you are in any other position in your own company, are your people happy? Would you be happy? Do you have a path to get where you want to go in life? Do you have upward mobility? Do you have flexibility? Some of the things that are really important to this generation. And if you're not building a culture that takes care of them, they're not going to take care of you. Get a fresh set of eyes on your financial situation by getting a free game plan from a member of my team. I train every week these individuals to get on the phone with you and really find out, where are you at in your life? Where are you at in your business? Do you want to have a business? Are you ready for your next business? Do you own real estate, or are you just in the traditional, job situation with 401k IRA? If you're not on track for having millions of dollars of retirement, we can help you fix that. I can show you the top opportunities today that we are crushing it in. And getting that extra perspective might make all the difference in the world to really correct your trajectory to get where you want to go. Click the link, get with my team. Doesn't cost anything, but I can promise you it's going to give you a very different perspective. Okay, Kris, I need some money for my business. Or maybe I need some money for a new business. But who's giving money away these days? Like, where do I go for funding? Truth is, there's several ideas for getting almost unlimited funding for the right business and the right idea. And if you want to know my top hacks on how to do that, click here, watch this video, and let me show you.